Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Kerbal Space Program. Joe Barry, you got this one, dude. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I've learned a valuable lesson. Do not jump on the surface of Minmus. You will get 200 meters into the air. So we're gonna... we're gonna try to take this bad boy off. What are my odds? I mean, low, I would suggest. But we gotta try. We gotta try to... Can you just do like a light tap or something? Oh. He's got RCS thrusters, so... we. My dog, just... RCS on, please. I want him to climb. So I'm just going to try to land him on the ladder. He's grabbed it! Board, let's go. Okay. So this is kind of the moment of truth. I need to pull up. How does one pull up in this horrible X-Wing? I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's gonna be S. No, it's going to be W. I can tell by the way that the engine is gimbaling. It's gonna be W. But we want to be like, yeah, like that. Okay. Please, God. We're almost looking over the horizon. No, you can't roll. That's a problem. Jesus Christ. All right. A little bit of a botch. So we're gonna leave yet another astronaut on the surface of Kerbin. But let me remind you, he's not on the surface of Kerbin. Actually, my boy, is probably gonna drift within the cold recesses of space forever. So you know what? Just another mission as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for... Oh, no, he's probably... Oh, he lived. All right, Joe Barry. Love life. We're going back to the Space Center. You're moving over the surface. The game cannot be saved at this point. Leaving now will set you to the last save state. I mean, that might be a good thing. Maybe we can get a second chance to take off. I don't take pleasure in like leaving these astronauts behind, in case that's not abundantly clear. But give me Mun lander that's landed at Minmus. Can I take control of this, please? Maybe we can get one more crack at greatness. I just want to... What if we... Do we have monopropellant on this thing? I did before. Oh, we have monopropellant. Do we have any RCS thrusters? Thought we had them in our last stage, or maybe so. Yeah, don't do that. Can we... Land at Minmus? Land at Minmus? Alright, I mean, oh, hey. What's up, guys? We lost another astronaut. Again, I just want to be clear. I don't take pleasure in stranding these astronauts, but it is a start. That we messed up the landing. So, you know, back to the astronaut complex. Another pilot who's... Kathme, welcome. Welcome to the freaking party. Oh, hey, Ted Top. When did I get you? A couple of these boys are gone. No question about it. Goodbye. Dismiss Kerbal. In this episode, I think I'm going to try to get Jeb back. I'm looking forward to trying to land on the moon Dude, we got 300 and something science. Well, we got 200 and something science. So let's get miniaturization just to get that done. Let's get aerodynamics just to get that done. We have 188 science. Can we move up to the next tier? Each thing in this tier costs 160. Ah, but we need to upgrade R&D first in order to be able to get there. R&D is going to cost us 451. That's not that bad. We can collect surface samples? Sure, let's do it, dude. All right. What do we get next? Heavier rocketry? A monster of an engine for heavy lifting purposes. Dude, sign me up. We're making great progress on that right now. On the tech tree, I should say. So let me load up no, not the moon. Moon lander, autosave ship. We do have RCS ports, but they are on the last stage. Okay, worth noting. How much do these engines weigh if we go to our engines? They are skippers, which are 3 tons. The mainsails are 6 tons, and we will not be able to fit them. So we might wait on this. The smaller sibling of the mainsail. What if we replace this with 1 mainsail? That's going to put us slightly over, I think. There's got to be like something you could dump off this. Whatever. You know what? For now, let's just stick with what works and know that we have that for the future. So just make sure that everything's still phased properly. So what do I need to do? Well, one thing that's actually been suggested is put more winglets. Like, we might not have enough control surfaces to do the gravity turn effectively. So we'll take our Delta Deluxe winglet and we'll toss them like here. The idea being any extra degree of control is good. So we'll do that, and we're still under the weight limit. We're going to try to land on the moon. And we know that we're capable of landing on the moon, getting someone into the crew capsule. Let's just look at our crew here for a second. I don't care about a scientist yet. Just take Ted Top. That's fine. This thing, I don't know what else to say except that it can land on the moon. So I think we just have to get the proper orbit over Jeb and make this happen this time. So let's make this the episode in which we bring him home. That's my intention anyway. So let's see if having highly asymmetrical winglets gives us a chance to control this thing a little bit better. As you might expect, I'm a little skeptical. I also have an extremely bottom-heavy rocket. No question about that. I didn't realize these were so far off, but yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you. This rocket is extraordinarily bottom-heavy and asymmetrical. It's like, those are probably 2 big no-nos. Yo, it almost lost it there, but it appears to have recovered. And we actually have a decent gravity turn, which is alarming to me. At least it's decent by my standards. Oh, also, we should have dumped those probably like a while ago. But look, oh, he's almost losing it. Put RCS on. You see though, like, I want to look at the map. I know we can bring up the nav ball on the map. I gotta be careful about the way that we do this. Apoapsis has still got a long way to go. We're not quite at 45 degrees, but we're not in a bad place. And dude, I can't tell you how excited I am to be going to the moon instead of Minmus. It might be easier to land on Minmus even though we botched the landing, but without a doubt, it's a heck of a lot easier to get that maneuver node to get you to the moon because it's in an orbit that is on the same plane as the orbit over Kerbin usually. Again, I don't know if 80,000 is too high. Hey, Tomo. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Are you flowing? Man, I'd like to... No, let's not go there. Okay. Too much tenacity. Tomo! He's like, don't lose another astronaut. I can't bear the thought. Okay. Pull out your maneuver node. Hey, that's not so bad. Something like that. Something like that. Periapsis, 88,000. Apoapsis, 235. That's fine. So in a minute, we're going to burn for 2 minutes, which means we should be burning right now. Well, we should be burning in 3 seconds. So we should have been burning 3 seconds ago, and we're going to compensate for that right now. I don't think having monopropellant-based RCS boosters in this stage is worth anything for me, to be honest. I think that it's spending way too much monopropellant to accomplish almost nothing. So those should go, but that's not going to give us enough weight to replace our engine. I like using a maneuver for orbit because it takes the guesswork out and makes me feel like less of an idiot. Previously, I would have been looking at this like, I'm not sure if the orbital vector is extending fast enough for what. Like, why not smoke them if you got them, right? Use the maneuver node. Again, as is often the case, I'm not completely sure. We did complete that plant flag on Minmus. Oh, worst case scenario, we're planting a flag on the moon this time. But anyway, assuming we land and don't die. But as long as we land close to Jeb, we should be able to get Jeb onto this thing. Onto this thing, if you know what I mean. And bring him back, and then maybe we can start gaining astronauts instead of losing them. Well, I mean, our first stage more or less succeeded. I know I keep saying that, but it almost gets us into orbit. Is almost good enough? I mean, you're gonna say no, but it kind of is just for getting to the moon. When we have to get further, the answer is probably not. You know, there's room to grow there. Good. More or less nailed the maneuver nodes, so we want to get 45 degrees behind the moon, roughly here, add maneuver, pull it out. Moon encounter in 2 days, that's not nearly good enough. I might have done this in the opposite way that we should have, but we'll figure this out. If I mess up the moon maneuver node at this point in my Kerbal Space Program career, we gotta have a long talk. Moon encounter 3 hours, escape 3 hours, so we get about a half hour in the moon's SOI. Let's try to see if we can extend that a little bit. 4 hours, 36 minutes. So we get about an hour around the surface of the moon. That seems relatively appropriate. In 2 minutes, we are going to burn for 30 seconds. The whole point of this stage is to get us to the moon. So far, so good. Okay, we're oriented properly here. By the way, we need astronauts because I'm so sick of having to manually burn retrograde. It's 1,000,000% my own fault, but it's annoying. I can't deny that. All right, so T-minus 15.5 seconds, we're going to do this. My goal is that this is the inverted relationship to our Minmus launch last episode, which took forever and was annoying as hell. I want to prove that I can land on the moon with, like, no guidance. No, not looking up a guide, not having to reference much. That don't reference much. Sure, you got asparagus, but have you got the launch now? Don't get me wrong, now I think you're alright. But that won't keep Jeb on a cold lunar night. That don't impress me. Yeah, I mean, you get the idea. And it's taken us a month of, like, dedicated hour of Kerbal Space Program per day to get here. But look at that. Pretty much nailed that maneuver. Warp me to the encounter, please. How much fuel do we have left? We have enough fuel that I assume we can more or less get ourselves in a lunar orbit, which we have to do. We probably will not be able to eyeball landing on the moon, is my guess. Thank you to everyone who told me, by the way, that the moon is tidally locked. No, oh, slash. Thank you to everyone who told me the moon is tidally locked, which means it never actually rotates relative to the surface of Kerbin. I'd prefer to have like a much lower periapsis if possible, or apoapsis if possible. I guess it doesn't matter. Let me reset this maneuver because I'm worried that if I can approach the maneuver from a single direction or a single axis, I'd rather do that. Periapsis of 429 is too high. 110, too high. 35, I can live with that. We're going to burn for 15 seconds in 23 minutes. That's perfect. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. So this is the easy part. The next part is the hard part. We're going to try to set a maneuver node such that we can intercept Jeb. And what we want to do, I think, is more or less burn retrograde almost directly on... Hold up. Almost directly on top of him. I mistakenly started to burn way too early there. So we got 22 minutes. We got to burn for 14 seconds. So we will... 22 minutes? We got tons of time here. Starting at T-minus 7 seconds. We're going to want to begin our burn. 12, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Slow it down. We can go a little faster than that. I mean, we're not Amish here. All right, we got about 20 seconds. Getting better at the patience thing. Still not 100%. It's a bad habit. I'll be the first to admit. There we go. Okay. We are in orbit around the moon with an 18,000 apoapsis. That's scary. So actually we have 2 astronauts here, and we should be able to grab both of them if we land close enough. It's the moon, moon lander, and then where's Daman? Daman. Try to land there. Set as target. You know why? Because Jeb has earned it. Descending node is negative 7.3. So roughly at this node, we would add a maneuver that pulls our orbit up. To the point that it more or less intercepts these bad boys. I mean, that looks good to me. More or less. And then we do want to burn retrograde. Do we just burn retrograde right on top of them? Or do we try to... I mean, we're not actually... We're going to escape from the moon here, so we got to be a little more careful, I suppose. This will cause us to crash into the surface of the moon, which I suppose I wouldn't recommend. Something about this doesn't feel right. We got tons of time, so play it cool. We basically want to decay our orbit to the point that we land on Jeb. And other astronaut whose name I've forgotten. So we're going to burn... It's negative 6.5, so we want to get that to like negative 1, or on the vicinity, rather. Sending node 0.5. I mean, that's like... That's bang on. Then we want to burn... This is retrograde. It just looks like I'm pulling on prograde, but actually I'm pushing on retrograde. Now I'm pulling on... Periapsis is 7,000. And then we're going to start burning retrograde, like, on top of them. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical enough that I'm going to throw in a quick save here, because it might be a little bit dangerous as far as descents go. But I'm going to give this a try. In 4 hours, we're going to burn for 4 seconds. We do have monopropellant on this thing now, so... And dude, now with the monopropellant, oh, it's so much easier to move this stage. Until we ran out of monopropellant in seconds. But still, hey, thanks for helping me out with that maneuver there. We could always attach more monopropellant tanks. Compromise our aerodynamicness even more than we already have. So we'll just wait for 4 hours, essentially. Which, it's amazing how long 4 hours takes to get to, even at times 1,000 speed. Really puts it into perspective when you're sitting there at 4 p.m. Sunday waiting for Game of Thrones to start, you know? You got a long wait ahead of you. Got less than a minute at speed 100x. And we're going until T-minus 2 seconds. Kind of a narrow window to hit, but we've made it to Sunday at 7:35 PST. Sunday at 7:40. Sunday at 7:45, and now you're like, oh, I better get the snacks ready, and and then you're like, oh, what stupid show were they putting on before this? I never would have watched this if it wasn't on right before Game of Thrones. Okay, there you go. T-minus 2 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. I hit X accidentally. I think you messed it up mildly, but the maneuver is gone. So the idea here is just that we don't crash into these jokers. I wonder if even we could set like a maneuver node like here. Pull up on the orbit. Burn retrograde. But we kind of want to fly over them and then burn retrograde, like at apoapsis or something. So I think this is fine. Again, we're going to burn for 7 seconds and 12 minutes. I apologize, because it might seem like I'm deliberately, like, messing this up, but I'm not. I'm just trying to set the maneuvers as such that the landing is as smooth as possible. We possibly could just eyeball it at this point, but, you know, why eyeball it if we can set maneuvers that more or less just let us go exactly where we want to go? Go times 50 at T-minus 3.5 seconds. We're going to go here. Wait a minute. Wait. I was actually just thinking we had overshot them, but I don't think we have. I mean, we haven't. I can look at the indicator and know that we had. They're just through the planet right now. Through the moon, rather. So 3 seconds. We're going to pop. Just be patient. This one's an important one. 3 seconds. Done. Okay, now we're more or less flying over top of them. So all we want to do, I believe, is basically get here and then burn retrograde. So, and we could probably dump our remaining fuel, but just get yourself positioned along retrograde and be ready for this. If this works, I'm a genius. If it doesn't, well, we've successfully done about our 18th moon landing here. So I don't really need you to warp me. But we can go a little bit faster. And apoapsis is fairly high. We just want to be careful because once we start burning retrograde, it's going to happen pretty fast. So I think like roughly around maybe here we want to start. It's hard because I got to like move it at the same time, you know? Let's say like there. Maybe it's late. We'll see. I do see them down there. 72 kilometers away. Time will tell if this is right or wrong. Probably a good time for a quick save. This is an important mission, so. I think we started burning retrograde too quickly. I'm going to try to bail out by going a little bit further. 46 kilometers. And 46 of that is in the air. So I think roughly right now is when we want to start, you know, burning the midnight oil here. I don't care about landing equidistant. I believe that retrograde marker will continue to sort of get closer. To the normal, or to the pole, I should say. Again, might be a little aggressive here. Well, that's where we're landing then. Not much is going to change there. So it seems like we'll be very close to, I mean, first off, it seems like we might be on a hill. So that's not great, but it also seems like we might be, kind of like equal distance between them. Or as Dave Matthews would say, the space between and the wicked lies we tell and hope to be safe from the, I don't remember, it's been a few years since the space between came out. Coming down a little hot, but I got faith. You gotta keep the burn up here because we got a little horizontal momentum. Dude, okay, so it's possible we'll crash on landing. Let's just get that out of the way. However, we actually successfully picked a landing spot, which is like a huge milestone. Just stay retrograde, you son of a gun. I hate this. I hate what I've done to myself. You know what? Go up. Just go straight up. Okay, you know, we've botched the landing, something fierce. That's okay. What do? Burn retrograde. Recover by burning retrograde. I know that we're pushing the retrograde marker further away by doing this. I think we gotta, like, actually sort of go way up for a second here. and then bring it back down. Yeah, we screwed that one up. No doubt. Try this again. Once more with feeling. And we're going to burn more slowly, but at retrograde this time. Because we got distracted. This is why I need a level 2 pilot, which is why I got to rescue these 2 ding-dongs here and get myself back in the saddle again. You know what? Even this, I take as a pretty big milestone. We aborted a botched landing while we had the fuel remaining to do it, without just accepting that it was going to, you know, be an almost impossible task. We could have easily tried to land that one, failed, and then stranded another astronaut on the moon. So I'm actually somewhat pleased that we our hubris didn't get the better of us for once. You're doing actually well. Sweet, yeah, you did a great job, except for the fact that you landed in a position that stranded you. Tad top, why, dude? I'm loading the quick save. We're fixing this problem, okay? So we're roughly right on top of him. I think we can even wait longer to do the descent. Once we get a pilot that can just burn on retrograde and my own human error is taken out of this, sweet. Because this is my own personal failure here. I botched that landing something fierce. So I'm gonna wait till we get like here. I don't want to warp, though. I mean, we might as well wait till we get to the descending node. Which we're almost at right now. And then just burn. Do I have to get off of this stage to get to the next stage? Okay. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. We still are probably too high up, right? 50,000? 50,000 is higher than we need to be. Or should I say, I tried it, couldn't find it. 50,000 is higher than we need to be. Now we're gonna miss this landing by quite a lot, actually. I waited a little too late. I might have waited like a lot too late, so I'm actually gonna I'm gonna break my own rules here. I'm gonna go in this direction. And I'd rather land on top of one than in the middle of two. Just because it for morale purposes, seems better for me to just land next to one. Although we probably shouldn't land on top of them, knowing that these spaces to land are a little dicey, right? But, okay. So one of the complaints that I've heard a lot is that, NL, you moron. You don't need to start your descent at, or start your landing at 35,000 feet. You could probably start it at like 10,000. So let's try to take that advice under advisement. And I know this is 14,000, but, you know, old habits die hard or something. Now land on the plateau instead of in the mountain. I think we're gonna land in the mountain, or in the valley rather. So I'm gonna push ourselves just a little bit over this way. Just a little bit over that way. The idea being, you know, I'd rather not land on the damn valley, if possible. Yeah, there you go. Now you're moving in the right direction. Now you're speaking my language. And you're smiling and you're giving me a Vegemite sandwich. Sweet. Okay, so you can speed up a little bit. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. Okay, now you're talking. Because this is probably going to be like a 5,000 meter drop. Or a 5,000 meter approach. So we're just going to get ourselves on a descent. Oh, that changed fast, man. Okay, stay cool. This is an important position to pay attention in. 4 kilometers? 2 kilometers. 2-kilometer walk, dude. Not on the moon? That's like 15, 20 minutes. So I gotta hope for us. I gotta hope that Jeb's making it home. And don't be mad, okay? Jeb's been here a lot longer, and also he didn't land inside of a freaking crater. That's why Jeb gets the preference right now. 1.8 kilometers is absolutely fine by me. Quiet on set, please. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let Mother Nature take its way. Okay. Probably a good time for a quick save. Good landing. Okay. Good stuff. First off, EVA report. Take surface sample. Dude, keep experiment. Board. Extend. Any chance we could do some valuable science here? Sure. Keep experiment. Log pressure toggle display. Log pressure data. Nothing. Keep the experiment just in case. Log temperature data. What? No. Log temperature data. Nothing. Keep it for now. Okay. We've extended. Please transmit all usable data. Transmit all. Not all reusable. Transmit all. Okay. 32 science added. It's taking a while. This is a big one. 30 science added. I don't know about that one. We've already gotten that, I'm sure, so it's not worth as much. We got like 60-something science. This might be another 30-something coming in here from the soil sample. 49 science added. Whoa, dude. Okay, so now we know our next steps. You're going to EVA, and then you're going to let go. And you're going to plant a flag, but like some distance away here. And this one's going to be called Bring Him Home. And it's going to say, Jeb, nuff said. Okay. Now, you beautiful creature, I'm going to grab onto this ladder. Your work for the time being is done. You're still climbing. You're still climbing. We're going to quickly go back to the tracking station, and we're going to become Jeb, who is the moon, landed on the moon. Whose hatch, hopefully, is not obstructed. And Jeb, Welcome to the moon, buddy. So your new job... RCS on, please. Your new job... is to get all the way over here. Moonlander, bring him home. At 1.7 kilometers. That's where you're going, buddy. Oh, come on. You can put it... get the lead out a little bit. How much monopropellant you got in this bad boy? Tons, dude. It would probably behoove us to not accidentally kill Jeb. Alrighty then. So, we'll be rescuing Munlander. That's my bad. I didn't realize Jeb's limbs would be torn apart from his body and he would die. So, wait, Donka, but you're not going to be able to get out because the hatch is obstructed. Oh my god. So, here's what I'm going to do. And this may or may not work. I want to spin her around so fast that the thermometers break off. She already doesn't have an engine, so like... So there goes the, there goes the, antenna. This is also hilariously, like, moving her closer and closer to us. Sort of. This could get her killed, but we can't get her out otherwise, so... I don't know, dude. Those thermometers are on pretty tight. I love that the end of the Jeb saga is him being torn apart on the surface of the moon. And by love, I mean it makes me violently angry, but at the same time it's kind of funny. I can't deny that. But I can understand your anger. Can we seriously not just, like... What if we transfer crew? And then we just, like, can you just get out from here? Enable a hatch. Can't be done. I'm a little, and this is like, sure, I'll take credit for it. It's my bad. I'm a little cheesed that, like, oh, it's probably the ladder as well. That's a problem, huh? Well, we should really just get you killed if that's the case. Because we're never going to be able to get you. I don't know if we're going to be able to get you killed like this, but, you know, got to imagine it's worth a try, right? Just keep cracking off parts of the ship. Maybe we'll get lucky. If there's a better solution for this, by the way, I'd love to hear it. Can't believe an astronaut can't figure out how to get the freaking ladder off the ship. So I want you... Oh, there's a hatch! Dude, that's a hatch. If I have ever seen a hatch in my life, that's a hatch. Activate hatch. This is the hatch. She's out. Now, be smart. Donka, I have to save you to make up for not saving Jeb. It's gonna take 1.forever million years to get here. Is there like an auto walk I can set her on? Of course the one that was easy to get... I gotta turn RCS on. Of course the one that was easy to get is the one that I messed up. The one where I just had to walk. Then we got Donka here. Has got to travel 3.8 kilometers. I'll tell you straight up, she's going to be fine. Can you just stand up? Like, you're making me very angry. We should have just used a rover. You see what I'm trying to do here? Is like, how much monopropellant? We should keep an eye on that. Get her going fast, and then slow her down. Get her going fast, slow her down. Just keep her from going at an outrageous pace. This is going to take so long. I'm a little mad, but I'm also, like, pretty stoked. Because she shouldn't be alive. So get going. Get some speed. This is the big one. So keep enough monopropellant to slow yourself down, please. Oh, she's crashing at an alarming pace. Roll into it. Roll into it, Donka. She's up. She's up. She's good. She's fine. Couple of broken legs. No big deal. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff, Donka. You're still slowly tumbling down the surface of this mountain, though. Okay. Going up? That's a problem, huh? I see your concern. We got to get up this whole mountain in like one swoop. It's not likely. I see the problem. I see the problem here, Donka. Can't slow yourself down, huh? So you're just gonna slide like a long distance. All right. Yeah, that's no good. I agree with you. Anything you could do to throw yourself into like a controlled slide or something like that would be real nice. Because it's working against both of us. I'm just going to be honest with you. Donk, I'm going to need you to get up. Get up, Donk. If you could get a little bit more of a hop. No. That'd be if I take one step forward, she takes 40 steps back. There's nothing I can do on that one. We got to like... Is there any way I can just get her to go? Just go. Oh, Donk, I... Should have been Jeb. Should have been Jeb. Just keep going up. Why do you stop going up? Just keep going straight up. I don't want to use all of your monopropellant. But at the same time, if I ever take any steps, you just fall down. I hate you. Dude, I hate you. What do you want, Heelys? Get the freaking lead out. Donka, this is a bad look. Yeah, you're doing a great job of moving 1.6 meters per second in the complete wrong direction. Thank you so much for your service. Really, just mash space. We're going to get out of this. You're making yourself kind of annoying to rescue. It's less steep over here. That's my game plan. There we go. That's what Daddy was looking for. Now, please tell me you're going to clear this mountain. I think she's gonna clear it. Slow, slow. Please. Don't accidentally send her floating into the atmosphere, please. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We might not get it so that Donka lives. But at least she might, like... Oh no, that's pretty fast. Alright then. Well, she saw Ted Top before she died. So, like, that's pretty sweet. So I'm just gonna pretend that this awful nightmare didn't happen. And hey! We want to go left here. We got tons. Press the wrong button. That should be, like, auto-saveable. You know, I'm going back. This has been a disaster. I'm going back to when Jeb's still alive here. Is Jeb still alive here? Let me go tracking station. We're going to do the moon rescue next episode. Landed at the moon a year ago. Let me load up. We're going to do the moon rescue next episode. I'm going to be more patient. In this alternate reality, Jebediah is still alive. That's sweet. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Let's try not to vaporize Jeb, and I'll see you next time.